Hello and welcome to 5-Year Club video number 344, Annual Summary Edition. I've got one more paycheck in 2018, however, it is unlikely to clear to one of my savings accounts in 2018 because it usually takes a few days, and so those savings will count towards 2019 because I use the date that the savings account says that the deposit cleared as the date I consider the savings made. So that means that barring, me winning some lottery that I don't know I'm playing, my savings for 2018 is probably wrapped up. And, here's how it turned out. It turned out pretty good. It's looking like 2018 is going to be my highest savings year ever. We can see on this graph I prepared, it actually follows my savings from 2017 quite closely, but it looks like I finished the year a little stronger, began the year a little bit stronger. However, gotta say, for 2018, the only reason I could begin this strong is because of money that I deposited very early in 2018 that was actually from 2017. So it's kind of like, the cycle continues of money that leaks into different years. Nothing could be perfect. All right. I think I talked about this graph earlier this year, and I just said, wow, I hope I can beat 2017, something like that. And turns out it's going to happen. Yay. Let's see. How did I construct this? Well, that's kind of complicated. Maybe I should do a video about that later. Should you make a graph like this for yourself? Absolutely. For me, it's like if you're playing like Mario Kart and there's like a shadow player and you're trying to beat the shadow player that's like someone else's previous time. This chart is how I have a financial shadow player of myself, and how I can just easily look up and say like, well, 2018 Lewis, how you doing compared with 2017 Lewis? Because you should be doing better 2018 Lewis. Like, inflation should be pushing these numbers higher. I'm not adjusting anything for inflation. So at the very least, I should be doing 3% better every year if I'm just matching my previous performance. Something like that. Any comments that I have about the end? I gotta say, like, when you see a really smooth section, it means that, like, I'm doing the same things over and over again. There's not a lot of, like, crazy gyrations. It's just me putting away big chunks of money over and over again and planning the budget over and over again and making it happen. Yep. Also, the smoothness kind of indicates that I haven't been drawing any money out of accounts or transferring money between accounts. If you look at the kind of all these little dips and stuff in 2017, that's mainly where it goes down because the money's being transferred out of one account and then comes back up because it arrives in the other account that it was transferred to. Of course, some of the lower things, so like this right here, this is me paying off my mortgage, I think. Yeah, I think this is where I transferred a bunch of money to my savings account, which I think is where I paid it off from. And then here is where the money came out of my savings account. So that was very sad. But then here's where the mortgage went away. So that was very happy. And then 2017 continued. So 2018's been pretty good. It gives me, though, an even higher cliff to climb in 2019. Also, 2019 is officially, I guess, that's going to be the end of my 5 years, right? So it's like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So, in terms of my personal 5-year club, the end of 2018 is kind of the end of my 5 years, like the end of the first 5 years where I said, like, I'm going to make a significant change. And in that 5 years, I have maxed out my retirement every time I could. I have increased my savings substantially. I didn't increase my savings every year, right? You can see that kind of 2013 is down here. 2014 was quite good. And then 2015, I kind of fell off the horse, not as good. 2016 was better. 2017 was like how did I do that? I got really intense. And then in 2018, I was able to keep up some of that intensity, but also since I didn't have to pay any mortgage interest, it was easier to keep up the intensity. I also cut some bills, like my phone bill. I got rid of that storage bill. So that definitely helped me keep up with the intense 2017 without as much of the sacrifice in 2018. But 2018 was definitely a more relaxed year. It was definitely a more fun year. Yeah, so how do I feel at the end of my 5 years? I feel really good. Am I independently wealthy? Not yet. At least not in America. Am I independently wealthy in some other countries where the costs are like 1/3 or 1/2? Yeah, sure. I guess I could move there and be independent. That feels good. It's nice to have options, right? It looks like at the end of my 5 years, it looks like we're about to go into a recession, or at least a decline in stocks. And so, unlike my savings chart, which is going up and up, the net worth has been kind of static. It's been for the last 5 months, really. And part of that is that I've been kind of invested in international stuff that hasn't done very well. And part of that has been the recent downturns in U.S. equities. But it just keeps hammering me, and I keep putting away money, and my net worth is just kind of been constant. So that's a bummer. I know that in the long run it can't last. Like mathematically in the long run, it either has to go down and then I purchase things on a discount, or it has to go up, in which case these losses will evaporate as if they never happened, or things stay the same, in which case I save more money and then things also go up. So I feel good about that. What I don't feel good about is just the short-term stuff, but we've discussed that already. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I will have some amazing revelation some other night. Hasn't happened tonight. Recently, I've just been thinking about kind of the necessity throughout life to continue working hard. That even if you get some great payoff from your hard work, there are still more reasons, and I guess there always will be, to continue working hard. And it's not always easy. So I'm going to continue to try and stay on track myself with what I'm trying to do, without going crazy from it, right? Because if all you do is work, it makes Jack a dull boy. You just blah. Just I'm tired of this. Blah. And then the way that you blah, to a large extent, kind of determines your outcome. If you go blah by doing drugs or by drinking heavily, then your life's going to go to crap. But if you just do blah by playing a video game or watching a movie, it's not so bad, but it's still escapism. Really, the best way to go blah is to exercise, I think. Not that exercise will last forever for everyone. Eventually you'll turn 85, and exercise will be quite difficult if you haven't really pushed yourself up to that point. But for now, it is definitely the way to go. And sometimes now in the winter I'm bummed out because it's raining and I can't do my walk, which is what I my normal exercise, but blah, blah, blah. Kind of getting off the financial topics right now. I found it interesting, actually, that Beat the Bush did a video on velocity banking today, I think. I think that was his video for today, and I was thinking, like, wait, did he see my video? And then he decided to make one on it? Or was it just completely unrelated and he watched some other velocity banking video? I don't know. But if you watched mine and then he decided that he was going to do a velocity banking video, feeling pretty good. That one that I made yesterday, actually, it has 9 views, which sadly, 9 views for me is like a lot, especially within one day. And I'm pretty sure it's because I'm one of the only videos talking about Laura Pitko, definitely in the title. And, that just tells me, like, when you name your videos about stuff that people search for, they get more views. And I guess I should have been more strategic this year about SEO with video titles, but it's been hard enough just to keep up with these. So I think that's going to wrap it up for video number 344. This is one of several actually kind of year-end summaries that I'm doing for myself. The other day I worked out what my travel expenses were for this year. They are really low compared to some other years for a bunch of different reasons. I just didn't do as many trips, which I guess is part of the reasons why my savings rate gets to be a little bit higher. And usually at some point in December, I will try to look at all of the wasteful spending that I did in the year. So spending where I look back and I'm like, I really didn't need to spend that. And then I categorize it, and then I try to highlight the category that's been like my most problematic. And that way in 2019, I try to not have that problematic category. But that hasn't happened yet. It's something that takes a little while. It's something that I typically will watch movies and do. And so I need like a good period of relaxed chill time to do that, and unfortunately I'm not going to get that anytime soon, I don't think. But who cares? Big deal. My life's like pretty awesome right now, so I don't need to worry about it. Okay, well, that is it for video 344. I hope that you have a game plan for summarizing 2018 and possibly looking back at 2017 and 2016 and some of these other years, so that as you go into 2019, you have a context. You have a shadow player that you can play against, and you know the specifics of what you're likely to fail at, what you're good at, and how you're going to win. All right. Have a fabulous evening.